Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Which screen is it? That's YouTube. And that's muted. Very good. And we have Zoom. Over the top. Okay. Whew. So hello and welcome to the live stream. And I'm a little bit later than advertised. I do post these things on my Facebook, so my Facebook page. So if you're wondering why I was late, you can go to my Facebook page and you'll see a post about it. So yeah, you can follow me on Facebook to yeah, find out these things. Okay, I'm finally on YouTube. It is on. It is live. We are running. So welcome to the stream. Just to warn you that I might get a phone call midstream. So if I do, I have to leave the stream, unfortunately. I've had a hectic day today, and yesterday. So yeah, so I might have to leave if the phone call comes through. It's quite an important phone call, so I have to answer it and I have to follow the instructions. So yeah, but hopefully nobody will ring. So we can go ahead as normal. So welcome. I normally do this stream on Wednesday at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. UK time. And you can join the chat. Sorry, join the Zoom. The Zoom link is in the box below the video. You can join through that link. It's the same link every week, so you can join that way, or you can watch just through YouTube, and you can ask questions in the YouTube chat. Yeah. So welcome. So the talk today, the title is openness to life. Openness to life. Which I feel is a wonderful, beautiful pointing. Beautiful pointing to life. Beautiful pointing to this, what this seems to be appearing as, this life, an openness to it. I think when you first begin to listen to these things, spirituality or non-duality or whatever, you have the idea and the hope that this is the end of life, the end of this, what we assume is this suffering life, this suffering experience of being human. The Buddha says, what does he say? Human life is suffering. So we hear these talks and these speakers and this subject, and we hope that this is a way out of life, a way out of this experience. In the same way we can use alcohol or food or entertainment or seeing friends as a way out of relationships, as a way out of this uncomfortable experience. So it's always this looking for a way out of it. I certainly hoped that this was going to be a way out of this. But this message, what is being pointed to, isn't at all a way out of this. It's not an avoidance of this. And that can be really difficult to hear, really hard to hear that. Emotionally, maybe, mentally, maybe. It might trigger something. It might reveal that uncomfortability and that hope that maybe the body's holding, the hope of getting out of it. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to get out of it. Nothing wrong with wanting respite from suffering or uncomfortable feelings. Like it's a natural thing to not want to suffer, not want to be in pain, not want to be uncomfortable. But the way to that isn't through getting out of this. The way to that is in it, through it, here, where the uncomfortability is. Like what's been trying to be avoided is happening here. And so the mind is used as a time focus to get out of here, get out of what is happening. But here is also where that peace and freedom is. Like what is happening has never been something to be afraid of. Even the uncomfortability or the pain. It stops and starts here. It appears here. Everything appears here. Everything is happening here. And by here, I don't mean a physical location in this room, in this city, in this country, or even in this body, like here as in the direct experience, in what is and what is happening. Only the mind projects something else as possible. And that's happening here, or also the mind projection. But there's this belief in that projection as being true, as being like a carrot dangling. But there's something in time that will be better, will get you out of this. It's like being in prison and you believe the freedom is outside of the prison. If you could just get outside of the prison, then you would be free. But it's not true. When you are outside of the prison can still be experienced. There can still be that sense of imprisonment. And then there'll be another prison. Oh, if only I could get this house or this job, or get out of this non-job, non-house position and be in a better position, house, job, whatever it is. There's always a prison to get out of, and then, and then, and then. And so what is radically being pointed out is that the prison, or the ideas about things, about life, about who you are, aren't true. This idea of you being in a prison of your circumstances isn't true. It isn't really who you are. So maybe you are in actual prison. Maybe you haven't got a home and you're homeless, or haven't got a job and you're jobless. Maybe you're in bad circumstances and there is a better position you could be in physically, practically. But that is not your freedom. And that prison isn't your prison. It's not really who you are. That's quite an amazing thing to point out, that you aren't that storyline, you aren't that circumstance, you aren't that condition or experience. That condition and experience changes. And they're only actually real in terms of communicating them, in stories of them. This is free. This has no quality or condition. This is free. It appears as condition and quality. It appears as movement, as form, as things happening. But ultimately, what you are, truly what this is, isn't those things. It isn't those qualities, those circumstances, those situations, those storylines. So this openness to life really isn't a personal openness. So you could be a human character, condition, personality, whatever you want to call it, that isn't necessarily open, is a bit closed, is a bit set in their ways, for example, has preference. And this isn't being spoken to that person, that character. That character may, and I assume most likely that character would lessen in its stiffness or in its ways of being. There'll be an effect on that character. But this isn't directly talking to a character, instructing the character to be open or accepting or anything. This is about what naturally is, what is, that which isn't that character, that which isn't a person, that which isn't a storyline. It's pointing back to this natural openness that is, this freedom of life that is, this freedom of flow, of happenings that is. So the person mind hears this and wants to be open, wants to be accepting, wants to be in flow, and that's okay, but it's not relevant in a way to what is being pointed at or described. Obviously, it's nice if the character wants to be accepting and in flow and at ease. And I feel that does happen to the character. It can do. Most likely does affect the character in that way. But that isn't the point. That isn't the point. This is open. This is free. This is open. This is free. Life is happening. Life is happening. How beautiful is that? That life is simply happening. The effort isn't needed. It's happening. So beautiful. This remembering of your true place. So beautiful. Oh, my tummy. Oh, that's so yeah. Yeah. Mm. Just feel this impulse to say ripped open, being ripped open. It's ripped open. And just the out of controlness of that, the chaos of that, that anything can happen in that. The fullness of that, the full onness of that. I smirk because of the autistic nature, the autistic brain, and how that's a big thing to process, that lack of knowing, that lack of control, that lack of control. Quite a big thing. Quite a big thing to become comfortable with. Yeah, it's funny. Funny but not funny as well. Yeah. Intense. Intense. So yes, you can ask questions. If you feel to ask any questions, then please do. You can join the Zoom and have camera off or on and write in the Zoom chat or speak on the recording. That's down to you to choose that. Or you can write questions in the YouTube chat box. So either one is fine. Wonder how far behind the YouTube is. Yep, I'm still laughing. Mhm. That has entered. So there's a question in the chat. Someone asked, the self revealed itself to itself by itself. The self reveals itself to itself by itself. The self reveals itself to itself by itself. Yeah, there is only it, there is only the self, or whatever you want to call it. There is only that, there is only this, there is only what is, there is only everything. There's only nothing, there's only that, there is only wholeness. There isn't something to reveal itself to something else, or someone to discover it, or be apart from it. There is that, and it is everything. It is all things, all form, everything. And there's a dream of separation, a dream of individuality, individual, separate entity, people trying to find wholeness, trying to find home, trying to find peace, trying to find love, trying to find the truth, however you want to label that as well. And this is it calling. This is it saying, here, 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 here. I'm all around. I'm everything. I'm everything. If you believe yourself to be isn't the truth, isn't a reality. Where is this someone? Where is this independent individual person? Where is this storyline of someone? Who is it? In the chat box on Zoom. Chat. Hi, Kelly. Can you talk a little bit more about autistic brain in the process of awakening? I don't know. I don't know. I've tried to find other autistic people who are into this subject, to have that conversation around it and explore it and put words to it. And I have had some success in that conversation, or that understanding of it, but ultimately I made peace with it in some way. I just made peace with it, made peace with, you could say, what I am, or how life appears here, or the conditioning here, or the way of this mind, body, organism, whatever you want to call it, like, is a making peace with it. Understanding of it and making peace with it and accepting of it, the beauty of it. But at the end of the day, the mind is the mind, thoughts are thoughts. It doesn't really matter what brain you have, thoughts are still thoughts, ideas are still ideas. Like, it matters relatively, the way you experience the world, life, it matters relatively. And it's great to have an understanding of that, and to find ways that work for you and that line up with how you are and how you function. But at the end of the day, who are you? Who are you? Who are you ultimately? Who are you beyond identity? Who are you beyond these labels? I think labels are useful, they have a use and a purpose, but who are you beyond that? That to me, it is awakening, this peeling back the layers, the labels, to essentially find what is true, what always is, before labeling, before anything. And just every human is so unique. The conditioning is so unique. The genetics is so unique. It's hard to say this is how this is and this is how this is. It's just not the way it is. And that's kind of freedom in a way as well, like not having a set idea of how something is. It's, you can't find it in a fixed form or a fixed idea. This is really, really mind-blowing. Really mind-blowing. This subject isn't for like pussyfooting, it's not like pussyfooting around. It's a real deep, intense subject. It's really like, I want to say big, but like it's beyond big. It's yeah, mind-blowing. Thank you for your question. Yeah. Looking the YouTube chat now. Feel free to ask anything else or to clarify anything. Can I close this chat box? I am that I am. I am that I am. Good question. Is that a question really, or you just, I don't know if that's a question. Put a question mark there, but I'm not sure what that, I'm not sure if it's an actual question. If it is a question, I am that I am. With the inflection, I am that I am. Then that's a very strange question. I am that I am. That's a very strange question. So if you feel free to clarify that question, it seems very strange to ask that. So feel free to still join Zoom. Somebody said, I minimize that a bit. Somebody said, know that I am, and then keep quiet. Know that I am, and then keep quiet. Okay. So someone said that to you, or you've heard someone say that, okay? And your question is what? I am, know that I am, and then keep quiet. And what are you asking? I don't know whether he's left or he or she's left, or whether it's just behind. Mm. So that was really beautiful. Thank you, Samaras, for that quote. Knowing that I am, and then keep quiet. Beautiful. Okay, so there's no more questions, and we can end the stream. Thank you for joining. Yeah, just, lots of love, lots of peace, lots of happiness.